What should be our reaction to what is taking place now? On the one hand, we're in a war. War is ugly. War, people unfortunately get killed, as we had a few terrible events in Israel. Um, even the fact that people have to go to bomb shelters 3 times a night. Imagine you have 3 little kids down 3 flights of stairs, going to the bomb shelters 3 times a night, or having to stay in the bomb shelter. It is not simple. It is actually quite difficult to live that way. To be honest, my daughter just came home this morning because she couldn't handle having to go to bomb shelters all night. She was not afraid being in Israel. As the Rebbe said, Israel is the safest place in the world, but the lack of sleep and the inability to live a normal life at this time got to her. And she, thank God, was able to get out, which is a remarkable thing in itself. On the other hand, we have gotten rid of the greatest enemies of the Jewish people. The top enemies, those who wanted to destroy us, and we're looking and design a way that they could be the Hitler of our generation, the Haman of our generation, have gotten rid of. And not only we've gotten rid of them, they've been gotten rid of by the superpower of the superpower of the world is lockstep together with Israel, and the amount of respect and honor that they're showing the Israeli Defense Forces is quite remarkable. It was amazing how Peter Hegseth, in association with Purim, says that for years they're screaming death to America, death to Israel, and they were gifted death from America, death from Israel. The exact theme of Purim, which is V'napechu, how there's a transformation, that what Haman wanted to do to Mordechai happened to him. What they were screaming about Israel and America happened to them. It's unbelievable, the miracles that are taking place. And how do you know that? Well, think about it. If anyone would have told you that we would get rid of, or at least weaken significantly, the Hamas and Hezbollah and Assad, and Khomeini would be gone, and and massive amounts of their armaments are getting destroyed, we would say, what a miracle! What a miracle! This is an incredible miracle that is taking place. But the problem is like this. Before the problem, and that's why Pete Hegseth also says the two best air forces in the world are working together lockstep. They're in lockstep. It's remarkable. It's never happened before. Never happened before. This is so incredible what is taking place now. And because of that, there are those calling Israel world powers, wanting to, get a little bit of the juice that they're drinking, so to speak. We want to have your security guarantees on us. We want your help. So, a remarkable clip of the German chancellor, when someone is free Palestine, he gets in there. He says, we're always going to be with Israel. We're going to be supporting Israel. They're just and right in what they're doing, and we're totally behind them. Remarkable. I wish other leaders would have that strength and response the way he did. But it is something people, like the Prime Minister said today, the Prime Minister of Israel, that there are those calling him that you never imagined before would call to try to create unity and peace and so on. It's what's going on is mind-boggling. If you thought, and how do you know? If before you experience it, you would say, yeah, if this happens, that would be an incredible miracle, and then it happens, you should know that's the biggest miracle. The problem is we have, as a human nature, we always revert to the mean. This is called the hedonic treadmill, right? That we have in life, that we always, even if we have moments of great successes, we have momentary exhilaration, and then we come back down to the normal, natural tendency based on our upbringing, based on our nature, based on our DNA, if you'd like, and that's how we go in life. So you have the people who are the glasses half empty. You have the people glasses half full. You have the people who, frankly, it's 10% empty. Others are 90% full. That's the way we should be looking at it. But even those who see 90% full still complain about the 10% empty. You know the story of the woman who took her grandchild to the beach, and she was walking with this 4-year-old grandchild, and a wave comes and sweeps up the grandchild into the water. And she turns her eyes to God, and God, please save my grandchild. And all of a sudden another wave comes and shoo, deposits him back right next to her. And she picks up her grandchild and she turns to God and says, God, he was wearing a hat. There are some people like that. What we're seeing now is unbelievable. We need to react in that way. We need to be singing. We need to be dancing. We need to be praising. We need to be grateful. This is the way we have to react now. We can't just revert to the mean. We're living in momentous times that are remarkable, and it's very, very important. There's a story from the Tanakh where, and the way the Talmud explains it, King Sancherib came to conquer Jerusalem. He'd already taken the 10 tribes of Israel, the kingdom of Israel, and conquered them and exiled them. And also exiled parts of the second kingdom, Judaic kingdom, taking them to exile. And now he's coming against the central seat of the kingdom of Judea to Jerusalem. It comes with 185,000 men. And he looks at Jerusalem and says, for this I need 185,000 men. Okay, we'll go to sleep tonight. Tomorrow morning, each one will take one stone from the wall, and we're going to conquer it. That night, they went to sleep, and like 100,000 of them died in a plague, and the others just ran away. It was a remarkable miracle. Says the Talmud, God wanted to make Chizkiyahu, who was the king of the Jewish people at the time in Jerusalem, Mashiach. But he didn't. You know why? Because the attribute of justice came to God and said, what? King David sang so many praises to you, and you didn't make him a Mashiach. And Chizkiyahu had such a miracle, and he doesn't sing any praises to you. You're going to make him a Mashiach? That's our response now. Praises to Hashem, thanks to Hashem, seeing the open, incredible miracles that are happening. Get rid of your natural tendency to see the cup 1/10 empty. Now's the time to rejoice, to be so grateful of the incredible miracles that are happening for the Jewish people at present. So be in that kind of a mood and retain that mood of incredible joy. You know, my daughter tells me that she was involved in a raffle. She advertised this raffle, and then during they pulled a name for a $1.2 million apartment in Jerusalem, and they call the guy, and as soon as he hears the call and they tell him what it's for, he says, Mizmor L'Tada Ariel Hashem Kol Haaretz. He says chapter 100 in Tehillim, which is a psalm of thanksgiving to Hashem. Immediately, it was his natural immediate response. That's how we have to be now, in a state of incredible joy, and gratitude and thanks to Hashem. So celebrate, come together, gather together, Jewish people together to celebrate this special time that Hashem is showing us, the miracles that Hashem is showering upon us. Good Shabbos.